Hey there, fire starters. Fireleaf11 here, and hold on, I'm gonna pause. So I'm gonna move this into my pictures folder. Yeah. New folder. Here. Sim. Why didn't it apparently didn't register, whatever. Oh, jeez. I did something wrong. Oh no. There we go. Okay. There we go. It's copying 1,052 items. So we're gonna let that sit. Alright. So I'm just getting stuff set up currently. Some of my other people, just getting them invited out. So we'll see how many viewers we get. Oh my god, how long is this gonna take? Give me progress. Oh my god, pause that. Can I just... I have to extract it. Calculating the remaining time. Well, it's 290. About 40 minutes it's gonna take. I apparently didn't think this through. I didn't think this through at all. All right. Sorry, I'm also messaging other people. Oh, excuse me. All right. Still have no viewers. Oh, man. Oh, wait, it's almost done. Hey, about 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining. So it's not going to be as long as we thought it was. Yay! We get to play this sooner than expected, and I'm not embarrassing myself. We'll see how this goes. We're gonna party it up long. I don't know what I'm doing with my life. I really don't. I'm just sitting in my room playing Gravity Falls Dating Simulator. Actually, I saw it up on Twitter a while back, and it's really cool because the art style, actually, from what they posted with the progress pics, like, this is a really well fan-made game. Like, top notch. Like, I really like the art direction of it from what I've seen. And I've heard the story is good too. It's good. So, thought I'd try it out for myself because I could download it free. But yeah, if you guys haven't seen my new setup yet, still this. Still my comfy chair. Got my headset, and that was probably loud for you guys. I'm very sorry. Where are my peeps at? Where are my people at? I'm probably gonna so cringe at this when I'm like 20. Because I'm 17. And I'm doing this shit. 2 viewers. Alright. Who we got? Who we got up in here? Oh, hey, Seth! Maya! Yo! Welcome! We're still for it to download. Just take... Do. Just dancing over here. But yeah. Just doing a little dance. I'm not gonna be streaming through Twitch, guys, because Twitch is weird and I don't know how to use it. And this is easier. way easier using Google Hangouts. I could put out a link for you guys to join in if you really wanted to, but I'm lazy. Just waiting for it to download. I have approximately 3 minutes. Yeah. It has been a while, you know. It's been a good while since we've talked, like for any of us really, well, except for Maya. It's so laggy. I am very sorry. It could be just that I have a bunch of shit open. Unless you're talking about Twitch. In which case, I don't know what to tell you. But yeah. Let me close that out because I don't need that open anymore. Dip. Alright. Let's see, we got approximately 30 seconds until it finishes extracting my files. Gotta wait. Aw, man, we're almost done extracting, guys. Soon we'll be able to play. Yay, and you guys get to choose the name of which I name my character. Yay, you finished extracting. Okay. Alright, let's go in there. Alright, we're opening it up. I'm gonna start sharing my screen. Boop, share. There we go. I'm gonna close out that tab back there. What is it? Oop, here we go, guys. Snap. Got a message. Alright. Boop. Well, we'll leave it like this so that way I can kind of see the chat, maybe, not so much. Alright, let's start. Good old road trips, full of promise and ripe with potential for adventure, soul-searching, and incredible scenery. Or, at least, that's what you for the novelty wore thin. As of now, your legs are cramping up, you've exhausted your travel playlist 2 times over, and your stomach is begging for something to eat. On top of all that, you're pretty sure you're lost. Driving through Oregon paints a picture of trees, and more trees, especially on the endless winding roads that you're taking up north. All that breaks is the pattern is a sign that zips past with the words that you're just able to make out, Gravity Falls. The road continues on, giant redwoods looming on both sides. You find yourself anticipating something, because as you drive on, you can feel it. Something strange is bound to happen. Something weird. And that's when it happens. Your car picks up speed. The change came out of nowhere, and you quickly put your foot on the brakes, but horrifyingly, the car seems to be driving on its own willpower. Trying to stay calm despite the panic welling in your chest, you pull the emergency brake, only to find that the car resists and keeps moving forward. Something is pulling it. The car begins to rattle, the wheels screech against the country road, and you're screaming until... crash! There's smoke. Why is there smoke? You cough, fumble for the door, manage to undo the lock just before the door is wrenched outward from your grasp. Something lands on your shoulder. A hand. Are you all right? A man stands at your open door, his hand on your shoulder, leaves to tilt your head up, and he pulls out a flashlight from his coat, shining it in your eyes. 2 blinks, and he lets your chin go. Aw, snap. Aw, snap, it's Stanford! What? It is Stanford. His eyes dart over the rest of you, looking for injuries. Still stunned, all you do is watch. What's your name? Regular person. Alright, this is where you guys get to choose the name, actually. What do you guys want the name to be? I'm gonna leave the chat open for that, so... Whatever you guys want the name to be. I'm just sitting here waiting because there's a bit of a delay. Let's see, you guys still watching over here? One of you is. Let me think. You can do something stupid. I think Ford's getting a little impatient with us here, though. Or at least a little bit concerned. Alright. Calliope? Alright. Of course, whoever said I fart. You want me to put... okay, I kind of want to do the funniest one, and I don't know if I farted is one of them. So, I can either do Calliope or Aliens I farted. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Should I do I farted? I think I might do that one. We ready? Guys, is this the final answer here? As I cough. But it's talent. True. Alright, it looks like we're gonna go with this. Alright, we ready? You ready? So, yes, alright. Boop. I farted. I'm Stanford Pines. Ford for short. I would shake your hand, but you look shaken enough as it is. You seem fine, as far as I can tell, but you shouldn't head back out there anytime soon. Where on earth were you driving in such a hurry? You open your mouth to explain when a voice calls from inside the house. Poindexter, this better not be one of your experiments again. I've had these rebuilt too many times to... The owner of the voice walks out of the house and stops slack out at the sight of your car and the side of, you're guessing, his house. You must have hit your head earlier because you could swear you were seeing double. Sweet Moses, Ford, you've done it this time. What? This had nothing to do with me. I was testing my magnet gun, and it must have pulled this victim of circumstance into the house. I suppose it is entirely my fault. I'm incredibly sorry. Okay, bye, Maya. Alright, okay, wait, this is another choice, this is a choice, guys. Should I reassure him, reassure myself, or cry? I don't, it's not weird fart fetish, I'm sorry. Alright, should we reassure him, reassure yourself, or cry? What should we do, guys? Just waiting for an answer, because 30 seconds delay. Boop ba doop ba doop ba doop ba doop ba doop ba doop. Cry? Okay. Oh, never mind, I'm back. Alright, I guess we're gonna cry, guys. It's the cry, guys. Ha, I'm not clever. Tears streak down your cheek before you know it, you're crying. Both men look intensely uncomfortable before it reaches out to give you a hesitant pat on the shoulder. Hey, look, it's fine, alright? Sure, there's a dent in the hood from the shack signage, and a crack in the windshield that looks like an ominous triangle, but I'm sure she'll still run. You try to start up the car, it sputters, but ultimately nothing happens. You feel like crying again. Oh. Well, let's call a tow truck for this unfortunate soul here and forget. I'll take care of it. Well, thank you, Ford. You're right, it is cheaper to tow it yourself. Sixer, get that magnet gun out again. Is there a fart button? No, sadly not. No, Stanley, I'm gonna fix this. What? Huh, you fix this mess? I figured out a few alien vehicles in my time. Nah. No. Nah, you kidding me? It takes some sort of miracle worker to bring this baby back to life, and this miracle worker is on vacation. Stanley, a moment. Ford and Stanley turn away and you're left to your thoughts. Who could anticipate a car accident like this in the middle of a road trip? You can take care of the car, but how are you going to get home? They run buses out here, right? So you take a bus out of here and then... Ford clears his throat, shifting a little awkwardly in place. Seems like they've finished their talk. So there are a few options. My brother Stanley here could drive you to town to find a place to stay there for the night. Or you could just stay the night here. We have some maps and information you can look at in the gift shop. In the morning, we can help you with your car. What do you say? Just as you're about to answer, another high-pitched voice comes from inside the house. Grunkle Stan! Picture this! A whole week of... Oh my gosh! I can't do the voice of Mabel, sadly. The girl that runs out of the house comes to a halt at the side of your car. Oh, great. Grunkle Ford? Why is it that everyone automatically thinks I'm at fault? Well, this time, it is my fault. But I've invited I Farted here to come stay with us for the night, if she'd like. I'm sure I can fix this. I just have to figure out how. Stanley sighs. I can take a look. Being on vacation's pretty boring, and the old Stanmobile hasn't needed a tune-up yet, so it wouldn't be too bad to work on something in the meantime. Thank you, Stanley. I'm sure I can put something together from the gadgets I have lying around if you need any specialized tools to help you with the job. And let me introduce myself. I'm Mabel. You can ask me anything. I pretty much know everything there is to know around this place. Wait, hold on. I haven't even said anything yet. I appreciate your offer to let stay and repair your car. Yeah, it'll be good as new in my hands. I mean, look at my Stanmobile. She's been through the ringer and who knows how many times, and she's still a beaut. He points out a red car parked a distance away. You can't really see how beautiful it is at this distance, but he sounds really confident. Well, this turn of events is... Just press the fart option. I'm gonna go fortuitous, because honestly, like... Come on, we're trying to date a Stan here. Come on. Fortuitous. Free repairs, free lodging, there's no better deal to be found. And if things don't work out, town has probably some sort of auto repair shop you can head to instead. Well, I accept. Thanks for the help. And my apologies again. What an embarrassment. I must have made such an elementary mistake. Fortuitous. As the Pines lead you inside the house, Mabel leaves her number in your phone for you to call whenever, and if you find out that Ford's twin goes by Stan. This part's the house, but just outside that door is the Mystery Shack. Hey, you ever been in the Mystery Shack before? I wanted to, actually. I saw a bumper sticker while I was on the road and got curious. You're interrupted by a loud triumphant ha! Those bumper stickers were a good investment. And Sixer says there's too plain and graphically simplistic and don't even have an address on them. Stanley, how is anyone supposed to find this place to attract customers? Sixer, did you hear that? Well, they are graphically simplistic. I don't know how she found the place, let alone thought, what is the Mystery Shack, was compelling. I kind of liked it. See, she kind of liked it. Hey, I like you, I farted. How about I give you a tour sometime? Tomorrow, regular price. Tomorrow? Then I'll have to squeeze all my get-to-know-you questions in today. I farted, tell me. Capybara, yes or no? At that moment, a boy passes in the hallway at the far doorway, and Ford calls out to him, Dipper, my boy, I'm surprised I didn't see you run out into the scene of the crime. Crime? What crime? I have I swear. Oh, you have someone with you. What is... No, there's nothing about farting in the game. I don't believe. I know you're a little obsessed with over there, alien, but think this is a little bit... I don't think this game is your thing if there's not really any farting in here. Sorry. I'm not suspicious at all. Did you guys see that car in the side of the shack, though? For a second, I thought the Manitors were back with a grudge. Yes, about that. Dipper, me, I farted. I stranded her car here by accident. She's staying here for the time being. I'm sorry, stranded her car here? You crashed it? Yeah, the S in shack fell on and everything, and the windows are cracked. One window, the windshield. And I farted was lucky to make it out alive. She's fine, no injuries, thankfully. Go. The magnet gun's rather safe, despite never having been tested in a formal setting. Yeesh! Did you not, take safety precautions or anything? Actually, the irony of the situation, I was trying to install a safety precaution. Hey, if you two are gonna do your nerd talk, I'm gonna get I Farted set up. Mabel, sweetie, why don't you show I Farted around? Let her stay in, the storage room. That's still empty, right? Thank you. I would be a voice actor if I wasn't trying to be an animator. I'll make it empty! The rest of the day consists of Mabel showing you the storage room you'll be staying in, and then the kitchen, and the living room, and the hallway, and the bathroom, and pretty much a comprehensive tour of the mundanities of a regular house. Oh boy. Sorry, get him. Alright, sorry, just got a message. Alright. Eventually, you find out that the family is more extended than you knew. The decorative doilies that make a lot more sense knowing a grandmother normally lives here, and her grandson, Zeus. Or was it Zeus? Whatever the name, you look forward to meeting him when he comes for work in the morning. When you go up to the attic, Mabel opens the door to reveal Dipper, nose stuck in his book, but you catch him occasionally glancing up at you as he pretends to read. No, I don't animate anything about farts. Sorry. The next member of the family snorts up at you from Mabel's bed, a rotund pink pig whom Mabel declares is her best friend and partner in crime, Waddles. The two are a perfect match, right down to the chubby cheeks and boobable noses. And in the evening, though you'd still be in disbelief over the state of your car, the family dinner and after TV dinner marathon even invites you, made it seem a little more like a normal house guest rather than just a forced circumstance. Returning to the storage room Mabel has shown you earlier, you find an air mattress waiting for you and more pillows and sheets than a summer night warrants. Whoosh! You wake up to the weak glare of sunlight streaming in through the small window in the wall. You can't remember your room having this kind of feature, or any hotel or motel room for that matter. Then yesterday comes crashing back to you. You glance at the time to see you slept in the afternoon. Experienced an accident yesterday that must have tired you out. I'm going to save real quick save. All right. Despite having been assured yesterday evening you were free to anything in the fridge, you still feel like you're imposing on the Pines family and try preparing as polite of a guest breakfast as you can. You wash your dishes in the sink before you leave. Just as you're about to exit the kitchen, you bump into Ford. Excuse. You're yes from yesterday, of course. For a good old solid moment, Ford regards you in awkward silence. ... Ford clears his throat. I believe Stanley's taking a look at your car outside, if you want to be there for it. You give a nod and to leave for real this time when Ford speaks up again. And I farted, I'm sorry again for the accident. If I'm smarter about, well, let's just say it's not entirely it's entirely my fault and you shouldn't worry about this at all. When it comes down to it, Stanley does have an knack for cars. I predict you'll be back on the road in a matter of weeks. Weeks? You can't keep the dismay off your face, and you can't really bring yourself to try to either. What am I going to do with weeks? Ford, who'd gone kind of uncomfortable and closed off when your face fell, recovers from the prospect of a question he can answer. Well, there's the town to tour, of course, and the Mystery Shack. But if you ask me, all that pales in comparison to... Hold on. Do you hear that? Ford turns to the kitchen doorway to expect... Sounds like... The sound come again, this time you can hear it as well. The squeal of pig followed by a pair of quick footsteps running down the stairs. Waddles tumbles past the open kitchen doorway, and Mabel comes into view soon after, a few sheets of paper clutched in hand. Ford steps quickly out of the kitchen. You follow to the doorway, getting there just in time to see a apparent tug-of-war battle between Mabel and her pig over a saliva-covered sheet of paper. The paper rips, and after nearly toppling backward from her efforts, Mabel recovers, snatching the scrap of ripped papers from Waddles' jaws and lifting both pieces up victoriously. Jesus, I cannot talk. Aha! Mabel wins again! Now I just gotta find Greckle Ford! Ford, who'd run forward and held a hand out to steady this energetic child when she'd been in danger of toppling over, now finds a number of crumpled sheets of paper shoved into his hands. Mabel tugs urgently at his coat. Greckle Ford, you have to get to help me! Ford kneels down to face Mabel with a serious, though concerned look. Slow down, Mabel. What's the matter? Tipper found a stack of pages from your old journals, and I walked in and Waddles ran up and started eating one, and he must have been chewing on it to warn me, Grunkle Ford, because look! Mabel takes the ripped tabs of paper from Ford's hands and joins them together, holding it up for it to see. I see. And you took this as a warning? Yes, it says here that it eats small dogs, and Waddles is a small pig, but he sort of looks like a dog from far away, and Waddles must have feared for his life! Waddles seemed to second this notion with a snort. Or not, as it seems. The pig is lounging adorably a short distance away in the hallway. You can't imagine what this dangerous predator could be. Some kind of wolf? Something bigger? You're suddenly not so keen on staying anymore. Remember the pterodactyl I was talking to you about? Waddles was so scared that time I can't let him leave my side. Pterodactyl? You suppose pigs are allowed in museums around here? How about I finish that repellent I never got around to completing? That'll keep Waddles safe from harm. Mabel flops down on the floor in relief. That doesn't look like she's flopped down on the floor, guys. Just saying. Grunkle Ford, you're an actual lifesaver! Waddles, you have nothing to fear! Ford chuckles, lifting himself out of the kneel and standing back up. All right, I'll go get my review. Ford turns to leave, and you suddenly remember that with nothing better to do for weeks, you're going to be here. It wouldn't hurt to get to know Ford. He seems to know what there is to do around town anyway, and you'll need that to not die of boredom in the first week. Or, more pressingly, you could go back and check on your car and see what Stan's made of it so far. You're not exactly eager to face seeing your car in the side of the house again, though. What should you do? Guys, what should I do? Should I get to know Ford or check on my car? Now, I did see in the description that I could talk about having either brother or potentially not having either one of them. So I don't know. What do we want to do here, guys? Do we want to go by Stanley or do we want to stay with Ford? All right, I should get to know. Whoever else is watching, should I second that note? Is there anyone else? No, it's just you. It looks like. All right, yeah, we'll yeah, go for you, Ford. All right, to know Ford then. Ford, wait. Need a hand with that recipe? I can handle it myself. Are you sure you couldn't use a hand? Ford looks away, then you follow his averted line of sight to Mabel, who's just mouthed something that you couldn't catch. When she catches you looking her way, Mabel gives you a 100-watt smile, the picture of innocence. Ford rubs the back of his neck. Yes, I suppose I can accept some help. And with that, assured that Ford is on the task, you spot Mabel rolling away with Waddles in the living room. I just imagine her holding Waddles in her arms, just going whee, just rolling on her side. Oh, that'd be fun. Before we get started, I suppose I should give you an introduction. I farted. Tell me, do you believe in the supernatural? Do I believe in the supernatural? Do I say yes, no, or I want to? Now, I think, if I did, or at least I said I wanted to, then it might have a better option than no. I don't know, what do you guys think? Should I just be like, no, I don't know the supernatural, or yes, I do? Yes, okay. I do believe in the supernatural. What do you think, Maya? Come on. Check. All right, we're gonna go with yes. We're gonna get us some Ford over here. I got a message. Oh no, it's Discord. Thank you, Discord. Well, you're about to come face to face with the unexplainable yourself. You see, Gravity Falls isn't some quiet, unassuming backwater town. Much more lurks below its surface. Ford pockets the crumpled journal papers and gestures you to join him as he walks. You do, and follow him through the living room and into the gift shop. For example, you must have... Oh, For example, you must have heard Mabel mention a pterodactyl. Most would say none exist in the living world today, but I say, not if you know where to look. Ford reaches under the cashier counter, retrieves a packet of vintage-looking gum, inspecting it for a moment before slipping it into his pocket. He looks around and thought, yeah, I'm sure there's not a fart scene, alien. I'm pretty sure. Hold on to my explanation for the moment. I need to retrieve some more supplies. Ford ushers you out of the gift shop entrance so that you find yourself on the outside of the shack, and then shuts the door behind you. Okay. Should I turn and try to peer through the window, or should I respect the man's privacy? What should I, guys? Should I be a creeper? Should I be a creeper? Should I be a creeper? I don't know what I'm doing. I'm kind of just being weird over here. And it's okay, alien. Respect. Oh, geez. We have differing things. You know what? I don't know. Like, we can see what he's trying to get, guys. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Damn it, if only we had 3 people watching. Yeah, I'm gonna say respect the man's privacy. You correctly and politely just stand out there until Ford returns. You may scan the sky for a pterodactyl while you wait. Not too long later, the door opens behind you and Ford joins you outside, looking no different than before. He must have stored whatever supplies he wants to retrieve in his coat, but the trench coat falls too naturally on his figure for him to be hiding much. Where were we? Yes. Ford pulls a pen and a pad of paper from his coat, walking as he writes. Just as you're about to head out, he stops and smacks his hand to his face. There is a fly buzzing, and I don't like that. Oh, shoot. 1 second. Ford hurries back to the house, realizing he forgot one important component to the picture. A butterfly net. Before you get the chance to ask, he strides out ahead of you, obviously no mind to tell you what it's for quite yet. The pair of you walk past the shack and down a well-worn path in the trees surrounding the house, sunlight peeking between the pines. He double-checks whatever he scribbled onto the paper and tucks it back into one of his coat's seemingly infinite pockets. He stops and turns to face you with a definitive nod. My recipe for repellent called for a sprig of lavender, 2 thin slices of ginseng, a drop of bat blood, a chunk of amber, and 3.5 milliliters of ink. He pauses on the path and thought. Obviously, I already have all those components on hand. All except for one last ingredient. A single moth's wing. From Mothman himself. Or itself. You can't help it. You gasp. Ford glances at you, and you think you see a hint of a smile before he turns back down the path and continues along, wind ruffling through his hair. You see, Mothman is the very creature on that page that Waddles seems to fear. Using a piece of itself, it should ward it away, or at least lead it to believe that Waddles isn't for eating. I would have completed the repellent years ago if I managed to collect that wing. Was it too difficult? Oh, I just never got around to it. Besides, man used to come bat at this lamp I had lit out in the backyard. It seemed like such an innocent hobby that I never had the heart to chase it off. But if it brings Mabel and her pig some peace of mind, then the time has come to finish this. Sunlight filters through the trees, causing dappled shadows across Ford's coat as he leads it in front of you. Break the silence. How do you know so much about this stuff? I study anomalies. Anything unusual, strange, and just plain weird. I began my research in this town because it was, and remains, a hotbed of paranormal activity. I made this exact trip years ago, though at the time I had no idea where I was going. It was just dumb luck that I managed to take Mothman back to its cave from my backyard. Navigating the forest by moonlight is poetic, but not advisable. I made plenty of other discoveries as well, from fairies to gnomes to amalgams of creatures who were never meant to cross to... wait. Ford reaches into his pocket and pulls out slightly crumpled pages Mabel had pushed into his earlier, smoothing them out and shuffling through them. Take a look at these. They're more definitive proof than just my word. You accept the pages from him and find that they're scanned pages from some sort of journal, as you had heard Mabel say. Fluid cursive tells of Mothman, beard cuffs, campfires, and more. Ford gestures to them and explains. I detail my discoveries in a series of research journals, the remaining pages, at least. I wonder where Stanley was keeping these. Ooh, you drew these? Yes, of course, who else? I love your line work. My work is far better now, but I appreciate the compliment. Despite his understated words, Ford looked surprisingly pleased. Alright. Are these creatures ever dangerous? Oh, extremely. Some were worse. Dangerously annoying. Though Ford seems to find his own common amusing, he doesn't fail to notice your unease. I do have weapons in case things escalate, so there's no need to worry. You brought weapons? Not many. I have a stun gun, my fist, and my sharp wit. I feel safer already. Well, okay. Should I bring up the magnet gun? I'm gonna bring up the magnet gun. Now I'm gonna do this one. That's one way to put it. Only took 6 years for me to get it over my head. He takes a silent moment to look away from your gaze, seemingly in a bittersweet remembrance. You didn't bring your magnet gun? I thought it would be prudent to leave it in its magnetic fields alone for a while until I had the time to optimize it. You see, I was trying to widen the area of magnetic influence, but it's been a while since I last worked with the gun. I need to refamiliarize myself with its inner workings. My guess is I switched the wrong wire or two and... Yeah, switched the wrong wire or two and instead narrowed the beam. I'd like to see how it works sometime. Really? You know, if you're interested in devices like this, my old research colleague, Fiddleford. Oh man, we got a name drop, guys. We got a name drop for Fiddleford. Would have more to show you. He's the engineering genius around here. Ask him about these creatures. Let's, Ooh, which one should we start with, guys? I'll leave that up to you. Which one? Should we do Mothman, Gnomes, Pterodactyl, Leprechaun, Floating Eyeballs, or Giant Vampire Bats, or the Gremlin? What should we do, guys? Waiting for an answer. Just partying. We should talk about Pterodactyl first. We're going Pterodactyl. Trust me, we'll be able to click all these later. I doubt we'll spot it today, but perhaps we can go birdwatching later if you're interested. Okay, that's all we got on the Pterodactyl. What's next? Just waiting on you guys. Leprechaun? Alright. Oh, jeez. These. Ford groans. You wait for further answer, but that's it. Oh. Alright. I just hit my leg, and that was bad. Alright, I'm just gonna go through these, and... Yes, that's how we'll get the Mothwing. Then why not use balls as repellent? Well, I've never tried. Could the most conventional method be the unconventional one? Or would Mothman be able to overcome its mothly nature and persist? Gnomes. Other places have rats, mice, or insects as house pets. We have gnomes. Picture your typical garden gnome, but more disturbing. Throwing up them rainbows, that's what. There are floating eyeballs here? Sounds disconcerting, doesn't it? I once released them into my house by accident and found the eyeballs in the most unsuspecting places for months. My guest choose not to comment on my choice of house decor. Giant fruit bats, actually. They were among the first to teach me not to judge a creature by its reputation. I only realized they were harmless once I'd been bitten by one. Oh no, that still sounds pretty bad. It actually healed fast. I attribute that to the health kick I was on soon after. Ah, a rare specimen that I've since steered clear when accompanied by others. Though if you want to see one in person, I'm sure it wouldn't hurt to walk into that situation again for the sake of education. Okay, I think we've covered all of them. Walk in silence. Suddenly, Ford puts an arm out in caution, slowing his pace. You narrowly manage not to collide into him, and take a quick glance around to see nothing. Look, there! You see what looks like a bundled up plaid shirt moving along the forest floor. Wait, is that a beaver's tail? It looks like a platypus. Ah, what are you doing all the way out here? Don't you mean a platypus? Ford shakes his head with a grin. I know what I say. It's a platypus. A platypus. Ford moves into a crouch but stays at a respectable distance, following the small creature. You watch him, and after a moment, mimic his actions. Ford's giving the creatures a bright smile, the first of its kind that you've seen since leaving Mabel at the shack. But he's been smiling the whole time. What is he doing? Ford, you are sending weird messages with your sprite. You're a cute one, aren't you? And in one of my favorite patterns, too. Ford motions for you to move forward a little more, to the distance that he's maintaining. If I were to rate the oddities that live in this forest on a scale of least to most annoying, these little guys would get immunity. They have done nothing wrong, and I appreciate them for it. I mean, as long as they do nothing wrong. I mean, I'm cool with it too. As the two of you watch in quiet appreciation, the platypus ambles into the underbrush and vanishes from view. What a cute little guy. I want to meet a platypus, like the platypus. The two of you continue I say that, and I stumble over my words. The two of you continue deeper into the forest. The foliage seems denser now, and you look through the treetops for a glimpse of the sun, which has by now dropped low into the sky. It had already been getting late when you left, but you hadn't thought Mothman would be this far out. Almost as though he read your mind, Ford answers for you. Mothman is rather reclusive, and as such lives deeper within the forest than bolder creatures like gnomes. I got a message again, guys, because I am very popular. Not really. Alright. Are you alright? Huh? That is, are you tired at all? I should have asked sooner. It's been a long time since I've traveled with anyone new. Stanley, tends to speak his mind without my asking. I'm gonna go with I'm fine, really. I kinda want to meet this Mothman, you know? You guys get me. Let's meet Mothman. Mothman! 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 I'm glad to hear it. Still, we have some time until sunset. Let's wait here in the meantime. You mentioned traveling with Stan. I suppose it wouldn't do any harm to tell you. He says that, but the tone of his voice says he's been dying to tell someone for months. I feel bad for the poor guy. You know, he hasn't had anyone really to talk to in months, you know. I've been sailing with Stanley around the world, chasing after hot spots of anomalous activity. He seemed to view it as a vacation, but I saw it as a chance to pick back up on some serious research. I'd been rather eager to break the news of what we found in the world, but I must first organize my findings. And if I'm honest, I still need some time to get back in the swing of things. Must be strange to come back home after traveling so long, huh? Oh, that was her. Sorry, I did the wrong voice, guys. I'm sorry. More than you know. Ford laughs, shaking his head. Behind his glasses, his eyes are downcast, almost sad. You want to ask? Decide to stay silent. Oh, Ford's sad, guys. Why is Ford sad? The moment the sun touches the horizon through the gaps in the treetops, Ford gestures for the two of you to continue. You hadn't noticed, but you've been resting within a short distance of a small clearing that holds a cylindrical stone marker. The stone marker bears intricate swirls carved into its surface. Ford reaches into his coat and produces the packet of gum from earlier, opening it and dumping the pieces out onto his palm. Gum? Thanks. Unsure of why you came all this way out to unwrap gum at sunset, you accept a stick of gum. We're gonna accept it, guys. I mean, it's a little weird, but you know. Ford puts the remaining gum in his breast pocket. He unwraps the now empty gum pack to reveal that it was hiding a small piece of parchment, folded up to act as lining. He smooths it out against the stone, holding it under the deep orange red of the light of sunset. You step closer over Ford's shoulder. The parchment holds a detailed drawing of the swirls carved in the stone, documenting every crack on the surface. As you watch, a golden cursive unfolds itself across the page, seemingly fueled by the sunset's warm light. Ford reads the words as they appear. Such a place the Mothman doth rest. but please do not disturb his nest. If kindness be something thou bereft. Ford lifts the parchment a little higher to prevent his shadow from obscuring the rest of the line. Follow thy nature and turn left. I think we turn left, guys. It's telling, follow thy nature and turn left. We're gonna go turn left. I think so, I farted. That would have been funny if you said, I think I farted. We press onward. Hey, you guys still with us? Just out of curiosity, who's all still with us in that? Oh, that is disturbing audio coming from this. It's just static. Here, let me check. Oh, that's the wrong button. Got one viewer technically still. So, how we all doing in the chat, guys? We all enjoying this game? I don't know if you guys really want me to continue at all. Yeah. Are you guys ready to continue onwards? Maya's still here. I think you might be the only viewer, Maya. So congratulations. Eating food. Yeah. Nice. I wish I could be eating food or like just have a drink. Cause it's really warm. Warm in my little office/room area. I like it. Alright. We might do another one of these later, but not today. Left leads you to a dimly lit cave, which Ford says he remembers well, except the last time he was here, it was pitch black since he arrived in the middle of the night. From its depths, you hear the faint sound of dripping water echoing off the cave's shrouded walls. You slow as your eyes attempt to adjust to the low light. Ford pauses in front of you, reaching into his coat for something. Hold on, I have a flashlight in here somewhere. This cave has never received much natural light, you see, and, He rummages further, and you see a couple of dice, a pad of paper from earlier, and a quill. He has some custom pocket work going on there, too, and you bet one of his coat's inner pockets has a pen protector in it. Honestly, I don't think I'd put it past Ford, guys. Like, really wouldn't put it past him. Here we are, at last. Allow me to... Darn, out of batteries. Wait, I think I have one. You pull out your phone and turn on its flashlight. Light is small, but it does its job. I, for some reason, thought whoever we're playing as actually had a pack of batteries. I was a little concerned there for a second. Boop. Huh? You saved our hides there, I farted. I was about to pull out a matchbook. With your light guiding the way, you and Ford move further into the cave, which yawns wide around you. It isn't until the sliver of natural light from the entrance disappears that Ford speaks again. It's been years since I've been here, decades even at this point, but I always remember the eye bats as one of my first discoveries when I arrived at Gravity Falls. How did you find them in the first place? I want one gun in my house. You see, I was making breakfast one morning, and one managed to find my cereal box. When I poured the cereal into the bowl, it came fluttering out, agitated, like it belonged there. The nerve. If only I could have those pockets. I know. He still sounds so indignant even years later that you laugh. I wanted to contain it for further study, but unfortunately managed to get away. As I thought about it afterwards, its people constricted against light, unfamiliar with the bright light of the kitchen. So either it's nocturnal or lives in the deepest, darkest cave in Gravity Falls. I found them easily after that. Did you manage to catch one? Somewhat. I came running through this cave with a butterfly net in my wits. I brought my working flash that time. They're all hidden in dark corners. Once I turned the flashlight off, they flocked to me. I caught 18 of them that day, but it reminded me of the stealth uses of... The rapid sound of clicking claws against stone startles you, a shiver running up your spine. The dark. You turn off your light, Ford taps your shoulder and gestures for keep moving forward. Eventually, a narrow passage widens into a large room. The darkness shrouds the source of dripping water from view, but as your eyes adjust, you squint to see a strange, winged shadow. A shadow with eyes that glow red near darkness like rubies. Your breath catches in your throat as the realization comes over you. Ford is apparently close to you in the room. You find when he speaks a few inches from your shoulder. You catch the shadow of his arm swing out in a wide arc, like he's introducing you to, I farted. I'd like for you to meet the Mothman. He whispers, but even in the dark you see him grinning excitedly at you. Ford between you and the Mothman, apparently hoping for a dramatic reaction. Your speechlessness seems to satisfy him. Of course it does. It's Ford. Don't worry, it hasn't noticed us yet. Here's the plan. You make contact with Mothman and He pulls out a butterfly net and a large lidded jar. Now, where that one came from within his coat of mysteries is lost to you. We'll capture one of the 100 moths that comprise it. Wait, I'm gonna wait. I get to touch touch Mothman. The Mothman, guys. Like, I get to touch Mothman here. What? What? I get to touch Mothman? Yes, and it turns into 100 black witch moths. It's like experiencing a swarm of locusts. Surprising when you're not expecting it. Remember, even just a light touch is enough. You steel yourself, awaiting Ford's signal. He waves your hand to coax you forward. Then it's up to you to decide how to, well, make contact. Okay, this is the fun part, I guess. Should I run around back to its blind spot, run straight for it, or approach with stealth? Oh, there's got some cool music going on. It's like 8-bit. Yes, touch the butt of the Mothman. What should I do, though? Should I go run around back to its blind spot? I think there might be a bigger delay than I thought there was. Approach with stealth, I guess? Okay. You tiptoe towards the Mothman, remembering Ford's comment on the dark and trying to channel your inner stealth skills. Oh my god. Of course, that's the moment your phone decides to start blasting Taking Over Midnight by Aunt Sandra. You're confused before remembering that Mabel added her number to your contacts and must have made that her custom ringtone. Mothman turns at the noise and screeches, but before you can barrel into it, the creature explodes into 100 moths fluttering around you, getting stuck in your shirt and skittering around your face, surrounding you in a mothy hell. Your task accomplished, Ford rushes in the large swarm of moths, waving the butterfly net with a few unsuccessful swipes. You try swatting the more aggressive ones away, but there are too many. Oh shit, use the phone's light to attract them towards you and away from Ford, or run up to Ford and start swatting at those monsters with your bare hand. I think the smarter thing to do was use the phone light. What do you think? I think that's pretty smart. God damn it, Mabel. I think we need to make. I think the smart decision is use the phone's light. Well, what do you guys say there? I'm gonna save right here real quick. Wait, is it saved? Oh, there we go. Return. Oh, what should I do, guys? I need to know. Yeah, I'm gonna use the phone light. You grab your phone, switch it. Quickly turn the light on. Start running to Ford's side and holding it up high. You even attempt to call them over, despite knowing they don't respond to sound. Before long, they crowd around the phone, the light flickering. The sight of light flickering and reflecting off so many small wings would be somewhat captivating if you hadn't just been in the midst of them. Ford puts the butterfly net back away and in jar in hand, carefully scoops up one of the moths up. Well, that could have gone better, but we succeeded nonetheless. I think he's a bit disappointed. As Ford pockets the jar, you turn off the light. With no light and no threat to focus on, the cloud disperses. That was amazing! Ford laughs, brushing off the dust and dirt on his trench coat. You could say that. Our completer repellent is within sight. Let's head back. Ford turns to leave the cave. He looks calm and content. You, on the other hand, are buzzing with energy under an adrenaline rush. Should you go for a high five? Yes, I'm going for the high five, guys. So serious. Oh, this is kind of cool. It's like a little picture. You raise your hand in a universally understood offering of a high five. Ford pauses, then grins, high-fiving you. Or rather, 6. When you and Ford finally reach the cave entrance, you find the forest left in dying light is now awash with a silvery glow. A gap between the leaves overhead provides a view of the night sky, along with a string of stars. A few more steps and the Milky Way comes into view, looking as if it tear across the fabric of the sky. Ford notices you looking. See something? The pterodactyl doesn't usually come out this late, but being a prehistoric creature, its behavior is rather unpredictable. I haven't seen the Milky Way in person before, or I haven't seen the Milky Way in a while. I'm going to say, Well, I never really did see the Milky Way in person before. It looks amazing, isn't it? It's remarkable what you can see without light pollution from the city. Here on the outskirts of town, you can see a good portion of the Milky Way every night. He gazes up into the night sky. A whole year has passed, yet it still feels strange to see a sky I recognize. What? Oh, traveling. I was in a different part of the world. You both stare up at the sky in a comfortable silence for a few more moments. The quiet of the forest settles in, along with the distant sound of flowing water, and you find yourself surprisingly glad that Ford has accidentally pulled you here. But this is one of the moments you get to experience. Out of the corner of your eye, you swear you can see Ford looking at you instead of up. But when you tilt your head back down, his attention is elsewhere. Eventually, the two of you come to a wordless mutual agreement to continue on, and you're walking again. You'll have to show me the other creatures that live here sometime. You're glad you said so when you look over and find that Ford is pleasantly surprised to hear it. His chest puffs out with pride. Of course. Maybe we'll even get to spot the hide behind or tag along with Dipper when he goes to visit or next visits the Multi-Bear. Mr. Multi-Bear. The what? Ford taps his temple, grinning. You'll have to wait till I see you to find out. I'm holding you to that. We have some time left before we get back if you're up for another walk. You must make a face because Ford looks back at you and laughs. We're not far, I promised. I thought I might answer a few of your questions if you ask me. Ooh. We should continue this walk here, guys. Kidding. We're gonna continue the walk here, guys. You must stay in great shape if you do this all day. You must stay in great shape if you do this all day. Huh, actually this sort of thing isn't part of my exercise regimen. Ford turns left at the stone marker, towards the towards the sound of the river, and sure enough, after a while, it comes into view. The moonlight illuminates the water as you walk along it. After following the river for quite a few minutes, the shoreline expands into a small round lake at the center of a clearing. Overhanging it is a large flat rock, kind of that used to be a less of effective diving board in times of emergency. The emergency being that one just had to jump into the lake. However, neither yourself nor Ford really look in the direction of the diving board. He leads you towards the edge of the lake where a reflectively flat boulder could substitute for a bench, and the two of you take a seat. Ooh, okay. Ooh, what should I ask? Ooh, guys, ooh! Oh, man. I never thought I'd ever, be out with a grunkle, but here we are, because, damn. I don't know, what should we do, guys? I don't even know how the quality is on this, to be honest. Okay, we can either ask about other creatures in Gravity Falls, ask about his family, ask about the Mystery Shack, ask about staying, ask Ford about the stars, or we can wait for him. Ooh, should we find out more about Ford, guys? Even though technically we know already a lot about it because a lot of us talk about family. Cool. So, what is Mabel like? In short, a force to be reckoned with. She radiates charm and positivity and has depths of determination I can only guess at. You'll find out for yourself, most likely. It's hard not to wake up one day and find yourself a friend. Perhaps you already are. He wiggles his fingers spookily in the air and you laugh. I don't doubt it. So, what is Dipper like? Dipper is very intelligent. In many ways, he reminds me of, myself. Last summer, he found the research journals I mentioned, and instead of overlooking them, he made some impressive contributions of his own. He has since started his own journal, and I look forward to see where life will take him. He's made me prouder than I can say. Ooh, what is Stanley? Stubborn, foolhardy, a liar, a cheapskate, but a true hero at heart. There's no one else I'd rather call my brother. Who is Seuss? Let's figure out who Seuss is to him. The handyman Seuss. He's, I'm still not sure what he does exactly, but Stan gave him the rights to conduct his business with the shack. So he spends his day giving out tours, selling merchandise, fooling the townsfolk, giving no refunds, and the like. I may not have been around the original Mystery Shack very often while Stan was still running it, but I believe Seuss is doing the brand name good. Ooh, okay. What should we get? What should we do next, guys? Oh man, we're going on states with grunkles here. Sorry about that, guys. That was disgusting. I'm gonna do a quick save here. Boop. Yes. Cryptid hunt. That's where we're at, guys. Ford, ask about. What about Ford? Ask him about the stars. This is fun. What? Like, ask about the mystery stack. Ask Ford about the stars. Is that what you're trying to say? I'm doing like they have music playing as like background stuff. I'm just sitting here as I'm waiting, just like dancing to it. Like I'm not gonna show you guys because like that's weird. So is that Discord? Stars. All right. You ask Ford if he has a favorite constellation, and his answer comes up faster than Nukes did. Orion and Ursa Major, without a doubt. What about you? Ooh. Ooh. Should I go Summer Triangle, Aquila? I like the stars in general. Coincidentally, Ursa Major. Ooh. Ooh. What should we do, guys? Oh, man. Or just Maya, because Maya's the only one here right now. Like, I even invited a couple other people. What is going on? Nah, I yawned there, sorry. Like, no one else watching the stream. But that's okay. Show. Oh. Apparently that message was hidden for review, Maya. Should we go Aquila? I kind of want to go with Aquila. It's funny. I'm gonna go Aquila. The Eagle. That's a good one. You can see it in the summertime right up there with the Milky Way. Ooh, okay. That was a good choice, guys. I don't even know what the Aquila is. I don't know what any of those are except for the Ursa Major. Alright, we're gonna go... Let's ask about other creatures in Gravity Falls. You said to wait, but can I at least get a preview of what I'd be getting into? Not content to leave them to discover it yourself. Well, has anyone ever told you about the Gobblewonker? We're going to the Gobblewonker. You snort, taken aback by the name, but compose yourself when Ford simply raises an eyebrow. I don't think so, no. Not even the tourist guide. Does the office even read my letters? Ford mutters to himself something about updating the tourist guide to warn against local dangers. He sighs with a frustration that's reserved for bureaucracy, but soon lightens up at the prospect of getting to introduce you to another strange creature. Well, the Gobblewonker is a large sea creature that lives in this very lake. One could say it's our version of the Loch Ness Monster. My old research assistant apparently saw it at some point. He said it was large, gray, and scaly, with a long neck like a giraffe. You wouldn't have any odd sightings yet, have you? It's only been 24 hours, but my first encounter with the strange occurred shortly after my arrival as well. Should I say maybe? What should I say, guys? I don't know. I'm gonna cut the stream at 11 Central, guys. Just so you know. Because I don't want to go on for too long with this. And so that way others have a chance to catch up and maybe we'll do a part 2. Or I'll just end up playing it on my own, so that way I know how to get forward. Or I'll play it with some of my friends and be like, okay, we gotta choose here, guys. You know, okay, yeah, let's see what the last night. It's a little silly, but I felt a little unsettled last night before I went to bed. Almost like I was being watched out in the hallway. That must be our... that must be our unwanted guest, the decapitated head of wax figure Larry King. What? Oh my god, Oh, that's a good option. I love that option. Hold on one sec. I gotta go open my door so I can, a door in between my room, so that way I can go get some air conditioner. So I'll be right back real quick. I'm back, guys. Alright, sorry. Oh man, me too. Just try to. We haven't been able to fish him out yet. About the Mystery Shack. Ah, yes, the Mystery Shack used to be my home once upon a time, and now it's a tourist trap. Or a tourist trap. I'm glad for what it's become as a home. I just wish it weren't so offending each of the senses. That's. Are you really okay with me staying here? Absolutely. I owe it to you, after all. You helping me today, however, was not part of the plan. You're making it rather hard to settle my debt. I think you did me a favor just by letting me come along today. The two of you share a smile. Ford looks out across the lake in thought. I farted, I have to admit. Just that sense of slow, sorry. I didn't want to take you with me earlier today. I thought I'd be walking myself into an uncomfortable social situation. So did you, to be honest. And you did well out there. Not many tourists could handle that kind of task we just completed. This had the potential of have gone disastrously. I mean, a butterfly net against Mothman, easily a 3% success rate. Sometimes the more Ford speaks, the less reassured you feel until all that's left is distant unease. You smile and nod anyway. The two of you sit in another moment of quiet. The air pleasantly, can't say that word apparently, chill around you until Ford again breaks it. Larry, you must creep. We should head back now. I'm sure Mabel will want to hear we've been successful. You stand up and give Ford a hand up from the makeshift bench. Ford takes the lead again, and soon you're no longer able to catch sight of the lake when you glance back. Ford gradually adjusts the pace to yours, walking side by side with you in companionable silence all the way back to the shack. I hear someone creeping up the stairs. I'm doing a live stream. I'm playing a game. Huh? Oh, I jumped off the thing, so yeah, probably. Sorry, I wasn't trying to fully jump off. Sorry. Sorry. Sorry about that, guys. Alright. Almost there. You recognize from the incredible flashy signs toting phrases like Mystery Shack this way and Sasquatch to your left that you're extremely close to arriving back at the shack. I kind of forgot about the Sasquatch, guys. As you and Ford leave the tree line, you see the lights shining on the porch. You make out the faint outline of kids' shadows as they run through the house and emerge in the attic window, and Mabel pushes it open, leaning out. Grunkle Ford, finally! You guys took so long! I had time to cover waddles and macaroni! Why are you covering waddles and macaroni? Why would you do that? See, Ford has the same question I do. I have my reasons. Did you get the thing? Yes, and I'm coming inside, so can we stop shouting? I farted. Come along. We've got a pig to save. Ford strides into the shack, a man on a mission. You grin and follow, not before taking one last look at the sky. Yeah, maybe stay won't be too bad after all. Oh, guys, Back inside the shack, the grand conclusion of your expedition to the Mothman's cave is sing Mabel's pig with a newly finished deterrent until the poor piglet reeks of lavender. You see Mabel and Dipper head up to bed looking sleepier than usual as a result. Something about lavender is so soothing to the senses that you crash out fairly soon after, face first on your makeshift bed. Alright. We're gonna save. Alright, I want to keep going. This is great. Alright. I love meter. It's like made for each other. Can you give me dating chips? You're good at this. Look at this. This is so great. We got a little farther along with the Santa. This is such a great picture of him, though. Oh, that's something Mabel would so draw. Alright, we're gonna continue onwards. You wake to a loud crash downstairs. Not entirely uncommon in this house, but as you're quickly finding out. But it's still disconcerting. I do too. I absolutely adore this game too. More clatters and thumps leads you to the kitchen, where Mabel teeters on a short stepladder in front of the pantry. Standing on her tiptoes, she reaches as high as she can for a small yellow box on the top shelf. Pancake mix! Without a word, you go to her side and pluck the box from the shelf from her, placing it into her outstretched hand. Hold on, I'm getting messages up the wazoo. Do. Alright. Oh, I farted. Thank you. Crickle Stan put it on the top shelf for some reason, but I want to. No. Need some Mabel cakes. It's a breakfast emergency. She waggles her free fingers in your face, and you can't help but laugh. You can tell the house has become more alive when this kid's around. Want to help me make them? We'll need chocolate milk, coffee, pink food coloring, pot of gold O's to make this breakfast dream a breakfast reality. You know, this kind of reminds me of the Together Breakfast from Steven Universe. I appreciate this. I appreciate this a lot. Maya, new plan. Next time you're... Well, not next time, but whatever time you come over. Mabel cakes. But no coffee in them. That's gross. As delicious as that sound, you're inclined to ask where the coffee comes into the mix when you realize the house is suspiciously quiet. Mabel, where is everybody? Oh, Grickle Stan needs stuff for your car, so we want to go get mechy techie stuff for that. I think Grickle Ford's somewhere. Here, and the abominable parole man was trying to steal soda from campers, so he went to help him out. Yep, that's where he went. Totally knew that. So they left you guys to make breakfast on your own? You didn't know the family well enough yet to know that this is commonplace, so the idea of leaving two teenagers alone to fend for themselves seems fine. If one of the teenagers wasn't Mabel, anyways. You still don't know how coffee fits into her Mabel cakes, but now you don't really want to know. Dipper attempts to hide the pancake mix from Mabel while she's grabbing the chocolate milk from the fridge. Apparently, he doesn't want to find out either. Oh, Dipper. Mabel, while your Mabel cakes sound absolutely divine, why don't we... Quick, think of something so you don't hurt her feelings. Go out for breakfast. Is there somewhere we can go out for breakfast? We should really save the Mabel cakes till your great uncles get back. I know they wouldn't want to miss them. But I want to perfect my recipe! I have to get better at cooking and baking stuff so I can survive out there in the world. What if in high school I have to bake stuff that people are, like, better than me? Mabel looks very agitated, tugging at her hair with both hands. If I get purple make my cakes, I'll never be on Bad Dreams Dining! I gotta impress Gerald Ramon, I farted, it's my destiny! Oh god. I'm losing my breath as I do that. Dipper, can you cook? Maybe Dipper can help you make something different. We should save the Mabel cakes for another day, a more special day. But I farted! Mabel, still standing on the stepladder, reaches up and squishes her cheeks together, her wide eyes staring into your soul. I'm gonna draw this next, like just her squishing my face. Every day is a special day with Mabel cakes! You glance at Dipper, making a please help me and I'll buy you breakfast face. Hope he understands. Yeah, Mabel, I know you want to cook more since you're becoming an adult. Sure, but don't you think Uncle Stan and Great Uncle Forbes should be here to try them too? And not just me? Again. Mabel hops off the stepladder and ponders her brother's questions, lips first. But I offered up the same thing earlier! What the fuck, Mabel? Eventually she nods, beaming at you both. You're right, Dipper. I can't deny them that experience. But wait. She did that earlier! I'm not going insane here, am I? Like, she literally just denied them earlier for it, technically. What? Ah. You give Dipper a thankful smile over Mabel's head as she puts the ingredients back in the refrigerator. He grins back at you, rubbing the back of his neck. You wonder if he got that from one of his grunkles. That's clever, now that you think about it. Great plus uncle to make grunkle. Saves time on syllables. We should go to Greasy's. They have some of the best pancakes there with like 3 different kinds of syrup if you ask Lazy Susan nicely. Yeah, it's not super far. Let's go. The kids are about to head out of the kitchen when you realize something. Burn the witch. Wait, aren't you going to leave a note for your grunkles about where we're going? All right, good call. Dipper scribbles out a note for Sam Ford and sticks it in the front door of the shack with one of Mabel's stickers. The kids lead the way towards the town, explaining various landmarks and the wild and wonderful stories attached to them along the way. And this is where we saw those 2 ghostly old people. In a convenience store. Strange, but you nod regardless. Maybe she meant they were so old they looked like ghosts. Though, after what you've heard about Gravity Falls already, you could believe they were real ghosts. Dipper points out the diner in the distance, a log-shaped cabin building atop a train cart, and the 3 of you head inside. So you soon realize the kids know just about everyone in this town. Several people, young and old, wave at them as the 3 of you find a table, and you get the feeling that they're almost famous in Gravity Falls, though you're not entirely sure why. They're pretty cute, though. Mabel blows the paper wrapper over a straw at Dipper's face, and he retaliates by swatting her with a laminated menu. An elderly woman in a pastel pink waitress dress comes up to the table, and you catch the tag name on her tag, Susan. Hiya, kids. I forgot. I forgot her voice. Hiya, kids, and stranger. What can I get for you? Pancakes and all 3 syrups for me, please, Lazy Susan. Same for me, actually. Lazy Susan turns to you, notepad in hand. What will you get? Ooh. Should I get pancakes, waffles, or scrambled eggs and bacon, guys? I don't know. I mean, I love scrambled eggs and bacon. Like, that's pretty good. But I could do waffles or pancakes, too. I don't know. What do you guys say? God, my glasses are flipping dirty. And I know... their voice. I should get their voice. Pancakes! Okay, we're going pancakes. Coming right up, sweetie. Lazy Susan winks with her good eye, of course, and heads back to the back of the diner. The wait for your food to arrive feels longer than here most. Oh, I got a message from Mike. Alright. The wait for your food to arrive feels longer here than most, mainly due to Mabel and Dipper using their time to interrogate you. At first, it's somewhat intimidating. You literally crashed in their house and started hanging out with their great uncle, so they have lots of questions. Yeah, I would have questions too. Once the irrational fear of 2 13-year-olds fades out, you recognize the interview for what it really is. They care about their grunkles. If you do start hanging out with them more, they want to know as much about you as possible. Alright. Oh man, we're getting interrogated by 2 13-year-old guys. Remember when we were 13? We were teenagers? Oh man. Mabel's questions are somewhat nonsensical. So if you were stranded on this earth out with no boat, no cheating, what would you take with you? Well, Dippers are more careful and calculated. What were you doing before you came here? School, work, both, or neither? Did you know about calls before you crashed into the shack? Oh man, did we? Alright. You immediately know which grunkle each twin takes out. Stan and Mabel. Oh, wait, what? Oh, come on. Webroot, really? I bought you. Hold on. Let me pull that up. I'm gonna have that up real quick, okay, guys? Alright. We never discussed being 13. True. You immediately, Sam and Mabel, goofy partners in crime, versus the quiet brainiacs, Ford and Dipper. It's an intriguing contrast, especially now that you're thrown into the middle of the bunch. But as the twins race to see which syrup bottle drips in their mouth the fastest, Dipper's blueberry syrup beats Mabel's classic maple by half a millisecond. You swear on it. You know that these kids do a lot more for the great uncles than just being cute counterparts. And here we go. Enjoy, kiddos. Lemonade. No, if you need anything else. Lazy Susan gives out the respective plates, and the kids go quiet, shoveling down their food like they've never been fed before. Between meals, you get a few more questions about yourself and your theories on aliens versus which member of M Synchronized was your favorite. The table is near silent as the three of you eat. That is until Mabel speaks up through a mouthful of pancake. So, if it's totally made of a not real situation, if you had to pick who's your favorite, would you pick Gruckle's Third or Gruckle Ford? This seems too bland compared to our other cutesy question. Dipper elbows his sister not too subtly, and she elbows him right back, wide-eyed staring at him in a sibling look you can't decipher. Like, say you're in a movie, like one of those weird movies Gruckle Sam watches on TV with the ladies in poofy dresses riding horses. Oh god, it's guys like they're wondering. Awfully specific, but you let her continue, taking a bite of your food. You're the main character of this movie, and you have two guys who are both madly in love with you. This one doesn't mess around with getting right to the point, huh? But you could only marry one of them, so you could be next in line for the throne. Who would you do? If Gruckle Stan and Gruckle Ford were your choices, who would you go with? Mabel, that's kind of weird, isn't it? Like, really weird and kind of gross. Come on, Dipper, this is important information that's vital to my research. What research? None of your business. Yet. But I'm still gathering other research. Mabel leans towards Dipper, ear to whisper, waggling her brow at you before she replies. And not a whisper, but quite the opposite. Research and now you're a huge nerd! The Duchess TV show, yeah. Oh, man. With that, Mabel catapults the spoonful of melted butter from atop her pancakes onto Dipper's cheek with a very satisfying splat. Dipper jerks in disgust, but retaliates by smearing strawberry syrup onto Mabel's nose, a drop of stickiness plopping onto her sweater. Ew, gross! You're gross. There's no vitriol between the twins, but lots of giggles and a few more various food missiles. Eventually, syrup streaks Mabel's cheekbones and some of her hair, and Dipper has small pieces of pancake stuck to his face. You guys are dorks. Like, that is honestly something I would say in that situation, too. It's just like, you guys are dorks. Ah, darn it. I accidentally clicked behind it. Maybe you're right, but we're twins, so it's adorable. If you say so, Mabel. Wait, quick, I farted. Take a picture of us while Dipper's got pancake on his face. Hey, what? He swipes quickly at his face, and after several passes, gets off. Oh, I was trying to get more candid photos of us. Mabel, you have syrup everywhere. Really? Oh, then it would have been a perfect photo. Here, let me get it. Your hands are sticky enough. You get back up with a napkin in hand and try to wipe some of the syrup off Mabel's cheeks. The excess syrup swipes off easily, but a good portion doesn't. I mean, maybe syrup as makeup is the next new look. Ah! That's one word for it, kid. Oh man, we got Stan! Oh, we got the Stans here. Woo! We wondered where you went when we came back to a suspiciously quiet house. If it weren't for Dipper's note, we would have been worried. Sixer would have been worried. I tried to tell him you kids pull this kind of stuff all the time. Heading out unannounced, putting stress on your poor old Grunkle's heart. To hand over his heart dramatically. All those missing hours of unpaid child labor. Of course, Stan. Of course. Actually, the note wasn't me. Well, I wrote it, but I've heard it's the one who said we shouldn't. So you know where we went. Yo, it's CK. What's up? Both Ford and Stan turned to look at you, surprised. Really? I figured these two knuckleheads dragged you out here. Well, I'll make breakfast at home. This place is at least a 15-minute walk from the shack. Well, you glance at Dipper swiping his finger across Mabel's cheek and licking the blueberry syrup off. Mabel has pancake in her mouth, chewing on it like a grazing sheep. I wanted to treat them to something. I guess it's the least I can do. Let me stay with you and fixing my car. I thought since you were gone, I'd take these two out for a change. Also, Mabel was gonna make Mabel cakes again. You're just mad you can't even make toast right. What? Yes, I can. I burned it one time. One time. We need free child labor. No, we don't. We don't need free child labor. Dipper holds a syrup-tipped finger in the air, indignant. Well, Mabel wanted you guys to enjoy her Mabel cakes too. Since there wasn't much food, I figured I'd take them out. Stan snatches the pancake from Mabel's mouth and takes a bite out of it, cackling when she stands on the seat to try and grab it back, climbing over Dipper to reach. Aside from the fluffle, you catch kerfluffle. You catch Ford's eye. Was he staring at you? As soon as he realizes, he quickly sets his gaze elsewhere, looking over your head and out the window. You say he probably just shifted his attention, but his finger hooks under the high neck of his sweater and tugs at it. Well, I farted. I really. Ah! Look at him! Look at him! Ah! He's a dork. Well, I farted. I really appreciate you looking after Dipper and Mabel for us. It was kind of you to bring them here. Oh, it wasn't a big deal, really. I'm happy to help. You smile at him, pretending you don't feel how warm your face is. Maybe it's just hot and greasy. Ford looks close to the shade of his sweater. Oh, this is such a cute game. I love it. I love this game so much. Dipper mumbles an ow, and you catch Mabel elbowing his side, waggling his brows at him. You're not sure why. Well, your pain. Scoot over, Dipper. I want breakfast too. Stanley, it's at least 12:30 now. Crinkle Ford, that means it's time for brunch. Duh. See, this kid gets me. Now let me in so I can get some grub. Dipper moves to your side of the booth as Stan sits next down to Mabel, and Ford sits at Dipper's side. Lazy Susan comes back and takes order for another round of food and drinks for everyone, including Mabel, who decided she wanted more pancakes. Mabel, you don't need that many pancakes. You're starting to regret offering to pay, but as Stan and Mabel try their hand at syrup drip race, with Dipper cheering them on, Ford watching with a wide grin on his face, you know you don't really mind that much. Oh, this is such great. Alright. After the expedition to find Moth, accompany Ford on a few other missions, so to speak, examining various birds of the forest, including questionable stomach-faced duck, who snatched your sandwich and quickly ran off. Ford in hot pursuit. While he didn't find what evidence he needed, something to do with their digestive systems, you both decided that the stomach-faced duck flock were questionable. Not as questionable as the question quail. He shows you from a scanned journal page, but still questionable. You know, the question quail, guys. That's why he decided the octopus was stupid to study, but he received a loud groan and too sicky as an answer. Valid point. Of course, Maya. All in all, your adventures with Ford have been more enjoyable than you'd expect, and you can't help but hope that you get to experience another one with him soon. Oh. Jesus, I need a drink. We might be ending this soon, but I want to continue it so bad. It's so cute. You walk through the living room, lost in thought about question quails and Ford's journal pages, and narrowly avoiding slipping on a sheet of graph paper. Don't look. Oh, it's you. Dipper peers out over a book that proclaims D, D, and more D, officially licensed campaign journal. He's sitting on the yellow armchair with crisscross leg barricaded in books and papers. He's got a lap of multicolored dice, a half a dozen chewed pencils strewn across the floor, and one in his mouth. You look down and notice the floor is almost entirely covered in graph paper. Oh, hi. Did you need something? I know it's kind of messy. I should probably clean that up. Dipper looks to extract himself from a self-constructed fantasy lore prism. Here, I can do it. You look busy. You're about halfway through clear before you actually start looking at what's on the various sheets you're holding. A fantasy map, some floor plans, and countless scribbled notes and calculations in the margins. What are these for? Planning something? Dipper is re-immersed in his planning, and he startles to ask. Oh, right. It's no big deal. It's just a great pen and paper rolling game called Dungeons, Dungeons, and More Dungeons. DTMT for short. It's all about fantasy worlds and statistics and swords. Well, it's kind of difficult to explain, but it's super fun. I am really losing my voice doing this. I'm playing with Gringle 4 today, so I'm just putting down the final touches on my dungeons. He's gonna be so stumped. Stumped, you say? Hey, look, it's Fordy McFord Ford. Ford comes into the room at that precise moment, drying his hands in his trench coat. Perfect timing, Dipper. I just managed to get the paint off my hands. Paint from what? Oh, one of the gnomes came by and decided he'd graffiti the side of the house. Something about his rapper persona. Apparently one of the gnomes is becoming a rapper, guys. Oh man. Maybe it's Schmebulok. It's Schmebulok. He's becoming a rapper. Yeesh. Yes, I don't think Jay Gnomesy is going anywhere in the music business. In any event, I see you've been hard at work. Are you ready for our game? Yes and no, I farted. I can take those now. Thanks for the help. Ford looks like he just noticed you standing there for the first time since he entered the room. I farted. Glad to see you weren't too shaken up by our adventures yesterday. You grab hand Dipper the tall stack of pages, catching a glimpse of the stats for a knock-knock skull. Well, I made it back in one piece, right? That's the spirit. Though 90% of a piece would have been good too. You know, you never realize how little difference 10% makes until you lose it. So how was the Mothman? Shaken up. I'll name a research though. I've seen it lose a few moths and come back the next week good as new. A process akin to cycling out dead cells. I would say we just expedited the process. No moral issues there. Well, I farted. The game calls and I must answer. Stanley's about if you're looking for him. Though, well... yeah, my name is... yeah, that was from earlier in the thing where we had a guy named Alien in the chat. And he was like, oh, is there any farting? There's gotta be farting. Farting. Everything for... I don't understand. He's been in my chats a few times and asked me questions about farting before. So I don't know what's up with him, but whatever, you know. If you want to join our game, I certainly wouldn't object. I could promise a fun afternoon. Another player? Yeah, totally. I can give you a pre-made character sheet to start dice. Shoot, where'd I put my other set? Don't worry, I've got an extra set. Me? I don't even know how to play. Oh man, there are so many rules where to start. I mean, it's really easy to pick up. It's even, like, kind of popular now. You're not sure about committing the whole afternoon to this game before, though Dipper does seem pretty excited about it. But Stan's around too, and you want to go check on your car. Well, think about it, I farted. Dipper, my boy, why don't you and I get set up things in the meantime? Ford and Dipper launch into fantasy lore talk as they prop up a corkboard against the yellow armchair, paint up various maps and floor plans with important landmarks, and append their pouches of dice onto the carpet. Ooh, guys. Should I join their game, or should I go find Stan instead? Because we should probably check up on the car. But I want to be, like, I thought we were doing the Ford path. What should we do, guys? What should we do? Come on. Might as well keep going with Ford. True, it'd probably take longer to complete his path if I didn't do all Ford then. Alright. What do you say, CK? CK, Zach. Oh wait, it's already 11. I said I was gonna end this by 11, guys. Oh, I love this too much to quit. You know, I'm gonna keep going. CK's taking too long. I'm gonna ask to join the game. Great! Oh shoot, did you look at the plans earlier? Those were the Dungeon Masters. I told me if I known you were gonna join us. Wait, should I mess with... I kind of want to mess with Dipper, guys. Yeah, I did know. I know all your plans. All of them! Should I do that? Should I mess with Dipper, guys? Should I mess with Dipper? I kind of want to mess with Dipper, guys. Yeah, mess with him. Okay. Very funny. Where did you go for? Do you think they... What? Sorry, I was rereading this passage on Dwarven architecture. They've really improved their illustrations, though I can't say the same for their prose. Dipper and Ford put the final pieces in place, their floor encircled with a mix of propped-up corkboards, books,
That's notes and loose leaf paper. Ford unfolds a game board in the center of the madness. I'm gonna save really quick right here. Yay! It's called Dungeons More Dungeons. Brilliant! We're all ready. Don't look so nervous. I farted. You'll have me here to walk with you through it. Ford sits down next to the game board. He pats the piece of carpet next to him, inviting you to sit, and you do. Dipper sits across from you on the other side of the game board and unfolds an illustrated piece of cardboard, propping it up in front of him. He notices your questioning gaze on it and looks back at you. Oh yeah, this is the Dungeon Master's screen. It's there to protect my secrets. Me secrets. It hides essential die rolls and plot points for prying player eyes. Wrinkleforts tried to look ahead once or twice and spoiled the narratives, and you were only the only player. I'm just making sure my dungeon mastering apprentice stays on his toes. You can never get too vigilant. Dipper gathers up his dice in a pile next to the DM screen, ready to roll when needed. No, I mentioned an extra set of dice. Dice are important, and by no means an essential component of gameplay. No adventurer should leave the house. No adventurer should leave the house without a set. I keep mine, the souvenir velvet dice bag from Dimension local game store. Yes. Ford retrieves a dark drawstring bag from his bag and empties it on the floor, where dice of all different shapes and sizes come tumbling out. Oh man, I'm sorry if the crack hurts your ears. Oh no. Ford pulls another matching drawstring bag from the depths of his coat. They were having a buy one get one discount. Go ahead, take a look. These will be yours for the session. You pour these dice into the carpet as well, metallic gold with the numbers embossed in black. Fancy. While I didn't have enough left to make them from solid gold, I was able to electroplate a set for Plum. Great, Uncle Ford, you electroplated those dice? They're so nice! That didn't mean to rhyme. Maybe you should be the one with the rapping career, not Jane Gnomesy. Ford and Dipper laugh. Yeah, maybe not. But anyway, let me reintroduce our characters. Dipper clears his throat, settling into Dungeon Master persona. When we last left our heroes, Mive the Meddling trapped the great elven wizard Vernon and the halfling fighter Tyros in a dungeon filled to the brim with puzzles, riddles, and brain teasers. Reach Miv in the end of this journey once and for all, they'll have to brave the dungeon's mysteries and escape with their lives intact. Dipper sets two figurines side by side on the game board. One is an imposing figure with flowing robes, and the other is much shorter in comparison, but posed with a will to prove himself. You suppose the former is Vernon, and the latter is Tyros. But what would our two heroes find in the room of dungeon but a potential ally just as true as they are, who will join them in their quest for freedom? Dipper places three figurines on the carpet just to the side of the game board. And now you get to choose your character. Now I farted. These starters with pre-made templates, so they're good for short notice editions like this. I know, it's great. Okay. Should I be a human bard, which I have actually done before, dwarf fighter, or an orc rogue? Ooh, okay. I'm gonna go orc rogue. Rogues can move around with stealth and know how to pick both pockets and locks. Be an orc rogue? Should I be no. Human bard. Bards use invigorating song to encourage their allies or blow their insults to damage surroundings me. I kind of reevaluate my stance on bards lately. You'll come in handy if we encounter any undead. Will we? Hey, stop trying to play ahead. I'm kind of like reading through these. Dwarf fighters are handy, brash, and know how to pack a punch. Another fighter, we might need that. Wizards can be kind of squishy. My wizard has extra points in Constitution. You glance at Ford's character sheet and see that while Ford's wizard might be a little buffer than normal, he's a little low on wisdom. Be a dwarf fighter? Okay, what should I be, guys? I can either be a human bard, a dwarf fighter, or an orc rogue. Oh god, they look so happy. It's great. I may have to re-go and do this and do it just for Stanley. Honest to God. Orc, I guess. We're gonna go Orc Rogue then. Yes. Dipper moves your figure onto the board beside Vernon and Tyros. Alright, what's their name gonna be? Alex, short for Alexandrios. You hear Ford trying Alexandrios under his breath a few times. We got Alexander Hamilton. Oh, okay. See you later, CK. We got Alexander Hamilton over here. Alexandrios. Oh shit, I actually got these now. I'll just call them Alex. Here's your character sheet. It's got all the information on it. Oh man. Oh, this is cool. Okay, so I have good dexterity and good charisma. Alright, cool. Our heroes encounter Alexandrios. Alex for sure. In the first room of the dungeon. Alex, what's your deal with our main villain? Alex! What's your deal with our main villain, Miv the Meddling? I just woke up here with my headache. Ford, help me. Ooh. Should I go promised eternal glory and left a dagger in my back instead? I think that one sounds great. We're gonna go with that one anyway. Alex explains how she's Miv's ire, and in turn Tyros shares the Miv one bested him in a duel. An embarrassment because Miv's a sorcerer, and sorcerers aren't known for their physical combat skills. In Tyros' defense, he was still young at the time. But none of this matters, because finally face down Miv, they must escape. Oh, this looks cool, guys! Oh! Behind you is a plain door. On the far wall, the room is a set of red doors to the left and right are old stained glass windows with weirdly familiar motifs on them. Oh, I get it. Ha. Having woken up here with no recollection of getting here and all, you have no way of knowing which door you came in, should go out of, or what even direction you should head in at all. And now you guys decide what you want to do. You might want to look around first. And by that, of course, we mean rolling a die to see if we can notice anything. The outcome, nearly substantial choice we make, is tied to the roll of the dice. I'll let you choose what you do here, I farted. Then I'll take a look around. Ford shows you what to roll for investigation check, and Dipper flips through his notebook, ready to tell you what you see. Oh, nice dice roll. Tack to one of the walls of the room as I wrote. Never says proceed with caution, homies. Oh, this is so much fun. It's like a play D&D with actual people, but I'm not, because I'm not even controlling my own character too much. Fangirling intensifies. Tyros pockets the note, and then in the distance you hear a faint sound of rushing water. What do you do next? I might do my normal voice for Dipper because it's starting to hurt a little bit doing the voice crack. What is the state of the door behind us? It's locked. I farted. Here's your chance to do something really cool. You're only one of us who can pick locks. Here, use the D38 to roll a sleight of hand check to see if you can pick that lock. You roll your D38 for the check. It's a 31. And since you're a rogue with deft hands, you get a +2 that roll. 33, nice one. You pick the lock and the door swings open. Brilliant. Let's go this way. As the last you step through the doorway, it melts, seeping the walls that never were there. Guess we're not going back that way. The chandelier overhead ignites, casting the room in an orange glow, revealing an impressive door on the far wall. In front of it is a large cloth-covered lump. Take a look around. You roll for an investigation, just like earlier. You approach it doing... I'm just gonna... Yeah, like I said, because he's kind of being narrator right now, so... You approach to inspect it. As your footsteps grow nearer, the lump shifts, rising to reveal that it is in fact a goblin. The goblin stands to attention and tries to pretend it was never asleep. Travelers, I notice thee, and demand you answer riddles 3. I want to pick the goblin's pocket. I can do that, right? Yeah. As Ford pulls out a sheet of paper to do the pickpocketing goblin in light leather armor while In a damp stone dungeon room calculation for you, you hear Dipper murmuring something that sounds like, I didn't even think about pickpocketing to himself under his breath. Oh, oh Dipper, you. Well, the math says you should roll a D8, a D4, and a D6. Anything below a 13 should be successful. Dipper, are you ready?
Yeah.
Your roll succeeds, and Dipper grimaces. You reach into the goblin's pocket and open your hand to see that you've stolen a piece of paper. In real life, Dipper hands you a folded piece of paper. Not having noticed you doing that, the goblin grows impatient. Travelers, answer these riddles 3! The goblin goes into the pockets, rifling for something and not finding it. Though he looks a little nervous, he proceeds from memory. What has 88 keys but can't open a single door? Dipper watches you open the paper with an expression of dismay on your face. It reads, oh. Yeah. A piano. A monkey and let Ford answer the riddle. You know, I'm gonna let him like Ford answer. Sounds like a piano to me. Next, what kind of keys cannot open doors? Let Ford answer. A turnkey. And finally, what's the first thing you did on your adventure? Look around. The door is open to you. Fabulous, homies. Oh, hey, Alien's back. I'm glad I made Dipper happy by letting... The goblin steps aside to let you through the doorway, and with that you cleared my goblin puzzle. Well, 4th of them anyway. It could have gone so many other ways. Dipper beams, and he follows line of sight to realize it's because Ford gave Dipper an encouraging smile of his own. As soon as you enter this room, the wall melts over the doorway, sealing you in. Glancing around, the far wall of the room seems to be a different material and the color than the rest, though it could just be lighting. To the left, you see a row of keys affixed to the wall. Inspect the keys! After inspecting and interacting with the keys for a few minutes, you come to realize a few things. There are 26 keys. You can touch them and make them glow. You can only touch 6 of the keys at a time. And once 7 are touched, the keys fade to their original color, each labeled with integers that run consecutively from 1 to 26, starting from the leftmost key. Looks like we need a password for this one, I farted. If the puzzle is fair, it must be a word we've already been introduced to, one that stands out. You think back to that first room when Tyros pocketed the note from the first room of the dungeon. What was that word again? Ooh. Is proceed with caution, homies. If it's only 6. It has to be homies. You know? It's gotta be homies. You spell out homies, and all the keys illuminate in unison and disappear. The room rumbles, and you turn around to find a green glass door. Walking up to closer look, you see engraved on the door is a riddle. The door reads, if you go to the green glass door, you can bring a ball, but not a bat. You can bring a book, but you can't bring a novel. You can bring coffee, but not tea. You can bring letters, but you can't bring numbers. If you wish to you must present an acceptable offering. Interesting one, Dipper. Let's think. A ball, but not a bat. I think I understand. I farted. What could you bring to the door? Ooh, okay. If you go into the green glass door, you can bring a ball, not a bat. You can bring a book, but not bring a novel. You can bring coffee, but not tea. You can bring letters, but you can't bring numbers. Ooh. Ooh. What do you guys think? I can't get this one. Ooh. If you go into the green glass door, you can bring a ball, but not a bat. You can bring a book, but you can't bring a novel. You can bring coffee, but not tea. You can bring letters, but you can't bring numbers. What can Alex bring through the door? So either mystic amulet, an hourglass, a jade pendant, or a gold bellflower. I don't know what to bring. I don't know what to bring, guys. You know what? I want to kind of go with Hourglass. That one still sticks out. I'm going to go Hourglass. I offer my Baron's Book of Spells. And Tyros offers his cutlass. The door dissolves, letting the party pass through. While Dipper's flipping through his notebook for the next part of the dungeon, Ford nudges you forward, holding a hand up for a high 6. Yay, I brought a Hourglass through. That was the answer. Wait, I just guessed at that. That was the one that seemed to, like, just pop out. That was a nice job, I farted. I'm impressed you got the riddle. Is it hot in here, or is it a side effect of the green grass door disintegrating? You high 6 Ford, beaming, as Dipper finds the page he needs to continue the game. Oh, yay, I got it. The green glass door swings open. You go through. To freedom! And there it is, the end of the dungeon. I cut down a bit on the fly. I didn't want to make it too long. I would have random murder mystery I'd planned out for ages, but my tests have never gone well with my focus group. So, what did you think? So what happens next? What do we fit the sorcerer? Yeah, I kind of want to do, like, this is fun. I might have to save and wait. So let me save really quick right here. This was actually a transition to the next super plot-centric campaign about infiltrating the Sorcerer's Tower Castle. Dipper shows you a couple pages of his campaign book, which looks to be filled with various dungeon sketches with realistic physics calculations crowded into every space. Well, Dipper, I think you did well. It's not easy adding an extra player on short notice like that. Anyways, right, just in case. Not completely, but just a few notes. Ford and Dipper launch into a conversation about dungeon mastering as they clean up the DDAMD setup, returning the game components to the originally glossy fantasy box. We did it, guys. They're too fast and practice-free to figure out how to help, so you just pick the dice Ford let you and return them to the original velvet bag. Dipper leaves to put DDAMD box back upstairs, and then it's just you and Ford. I farted. You did well for the first timer. I'm taking you to a dungeon with me. I mean... Ford gives you an embarrassed smile, but you're already smiling at him yourself. I know what you mean. Thanks, Ford. A call comes from the kitchen, which sounds like Stan. Well, I talked more, but I better see what he needs. Ford moves past you, heading towards the kitchen. You suddenly need to hold on to this moment, like you need to say something. Ford? Yes. Now that he's looking back at you again, you don't remember what you're going to say. All you say is, here's your set of dice back. Thanks for letting me use it. Ford chuckles, shaking his head. No, you keep it, in case you decide to join us next time. See you at dinner, I farted. Ah, yay. Oh, the love meter is a lot higher. Oh. Alright. I gotta save it right here, guys. I'm gonna end... Ooh. Find Summer's wedding. Ooh, that sounds like fun. Alright, so I'm gonna end the stream here, guys. This has been a lot of fun. I really enjoyed doing this. Honestly, I'm probably gonna continue this without you guys watching. I'm sorry. Because I'm enjoying this way too much, and I kind of want to... I speed read a lot, so what I do is I speak very fast. Like, I try to speak fast, I read fast, so it slows me down a little bit when I do this. But I'll say that I'll get up to the spot. I'll save it as a separate thing, so that way when I complete it, then you guys don't have to worry about leaving off where we left off, so that way we could play this again. Otherwise, I could also do the alternate route and do Stanley's route. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm FireleafEleven, and I'll see you next time.